everyone, and welcome to this week's We Are Report. My name is Kaleigh McMichael, and joining me here tonight are Declan Stablow and Matthew McLaughlin. Tonight we will be discussing which Penn State alumni athletes stood out this past week at the professional level. There are many Penn State athletes that have been drafted to the pros, and we want to share the big accomplishments that they continue to make. Each show we will discuss various Penn State alumni and how they have made a positive impact on their team. Declan, what are your thoughts for this week?
The player I'd like to shine a spotlight on this week is Dallas Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons. He put up 2 sacks in each of his first 2 games and is currently tied for 4th in the league with 4 sacks and tied for 3rd in tackles for loss. He's been the best player on a Cowboys defense, allowing the 3rd fewest points per game with 15.5. And his versatility to play as both an edge rusher and an on-ball linebacker at an elite level set him apart from other front 7 players in the NFL, making him a favorite for Defensive Player of the Year. His impact hasn't shown up in the box score the last couple weeks, but I'm confident that we haven't seen the best from Micah Parsons this year.
I definitely agree with you that he's going to be a front runner for Defensive Player of the Year. So Matt, what players are you going to talk about?
So this week I'm going to stay in the NFC East. I'm going to go to the Philadelphia Eagles, talk about Miles Sanders, the running back. And Miles Sanders, just to kind of go back to his Penn State background, was coming in big shoes to fill with Saquon Barkley, big quads to fill as well, might I mind you. But Miles Sanders has really showed up not only in his college career, but this year specifically. He's going into a contract year. The Eagles haven't signed him to an extension yet. He's top 3 in rushing yards at 396 across the league, and he's tied for 4th in touchdowns with 3. Guess who's ahead of him? His quarterback, Jalen Hurts. And Sanders has been a big part of Hurts getting into the end zone on scrambles and misdirections that Nick Sirianni throws out there for the field. So with Miles Sanders, look for him to get a big payday in free agency, and it's also just great to see a guy who was coming off injury problems last season really flourish at the pro level and fixing fumble issues. He also had a few fumble issues last season. Now he's picking back up, and honestly, he could be a most valuable player candidate just for the Eagles alone.
I definitely agree with those points. That's all we have for this edition of the We Are Report on Penn State Sports Night. Thanks for watching and have a great night.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning into this edition of Penn State Sports Night. We hope you liked that segment.
And we're sure there's other Penn State Sports Night segments that you are going to love as well. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content.
And check us out on social media for updates and behind-the-scenes clips and pics. Follow us on Twitter at PSSN TV and on Instagram at PSU Sports Night to keep up with all the action.
For all of us here at the Belisari Media Center, we are
Penn State Sports Night.